So you want to mod and disassemble a Halo aftermarket headlight? Well, this is the right video for you, because we're gonna do just that. What is up, guys? I work at Wrenchettes. We don't know work at this beautiful G35, but life as well. Now today we're gonna take apart this headlight, because this is the headlight that my G came with. Now, if I would have got the G stock, I probably would have bought the Halo because I love the look of the Halo. So what I did was I got the loaners so I could take these upstairs and mod them. Because I said, well, if I'm gonna keep them, I'm gonna make them my own, and I'm gonna do some custom coloring on it. And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. These have actual screws that you have to take out. Now you might not see them, but they're actually like hidden, like right here. There's one here. There is another one here. There's one here. And I think that's all three. And then on the inside, you have one ground that you need to take off that has a screw on it. And then you can actually take apart the actual frame. First, we're gonna put this in the oven in 265 degrees for 10 minutes, and then we should be able to break this apart. But first, we're gonna take off the screws to prepare for that. So those are the three from the outside. Now let's put this headlight in the oven. But first, I'm gonna preheat the oven. Okay, so I just heard the beep. So we're gonna take this headlight, put it just as is with everything on it. So we're gonna take it, just drop it in there like that. So as soon as you get it, the first thing you do is try to take out the clips that are right here. You could do it either like with a flathead screwdriver, or just try to push it with your hand. So once it's open like this, you could breathe, you could take your time. So the only screw left is the ground, and the ground is right here on this side. And after that, all you have to do is just unclip the halos, like that, and just like that. Then you have this wire connecting the LEDs. There's one, and there's one hidden behind here. You can just pull it out. You push this clip down and push, and that's it. Both parts are apart now. So this is what the inside looks like from my Halo. You have your Halo connectors here. You have your projector. You have the connector right there. You have your high beams. You got your ground. And that's basically it. And from this side, you have your halos. You have your circuitry that connects this and the strip right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this strip off, since two of the LEDs are blown, and I'm gonna take it from my parts one, and I'm gonna just put this here back, the whole entire setup. If you want to separate that black housing from this housing, you just have to literally take off that bolt right there. And I think that's about it. It comes apart. It has a nice matte or like satin finish. If you want to connect this back to your design, or you fix or whatever you want to fix, you know, you want to put like your D9 or whatever it is, you put it back in the reverse order. Now this thing has to be snaked in here good because it has issues going in like so, but if you force it, it will go in. Anyway, so if I snake this in, here is the issue that I have with the 95s going to 99. That it lands, you guys can see right here, it lands like straight onto that little like railing here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mark where it hits, and then I'm going to cut a hole in it so the halo could sit flat. I'll take the marker and just mark it where it lands. Like that. So as you can see, everything's marked in the hole. So now I'm gonna take the Dremel and I'm gonna Dremel out so it could sit flush. Uh-oh, I think I broke it. Okay, so when you're done, you should have something like this. Something that's not so pretty, but doesn't matter. So just snake this thing in the middle. It doesn't have to be like in the bottom there. You want to see if it fits flush. If it fits flush, that's mission accomplished. Hey, and it does. But yeah, this is how I want it to look. And then I just fill that in the bottom there because nobody's gonna look at that anyway. And then yeah, this is ready for cleanup and then paint. You get one of these defilers and just clean it up like so. See right here is a hole right there. It's pre-made hole. You can actually use that if you want to use like nylon and just grab it through there and just tie it up. You could use like another one here, another one there. But like I said, I don't want to use none of that. I'm gonna use super glue, and then I'm gonna use a silicone filler to fill this in the middle there, and like somewhere around here, so it could hold the actual halo and the super glue at the same time. Cause that's what I want to do. If you have a better idea, you could definitely do so, but this is how I'm doing it. So this is what we are striving for. Not perfect, but this is the design right here. I did it right there. So now we're gonna do the right side so I can show you how I did it. makeshift paint booth, this is what I'm using for it. So the point is that when I paint, put the box closed so it doesn't overspray everything. Overspray, I'm telling you, is a really big problem. I spent like a half an hour just scrubbing this bathroom yesterday from painting the actual house in black. To avoid that, I created this booth right here. So let's get to it. 5 minutes is up. Let's do the last coat and then remove it from our paint booth. It's done. Now we move on to installing the halos permanently on these lights after it's been fully dried. So this is the left side. This one is fully sealed completely. I used the heat gun to heat it up and then slowly work my way to the clips. And yeah, and then I put all the 3 screws where they go. And then after that I used a butyrol sealer to seal all the places that might not sit right, so it could be airtight. The only thing left from this one is this right here. This wires up for the turn signal, so I'm just going to tap into one of these, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the green and yellow, because the green and red on this side was power. I'm guessing the green and red is also power. And the only one left is the blinker, which is green and yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it with this silicone sealer to help it seal and to grab it, and then to actually grab it hard I'm going to use a Loctite super glue. And this has a very high melting point, so it's going to grab it real good. And take this one, I'm going to snake it in for the final last time, hopefully. Like I said, this one has a little play to it. Jesus. Okay, there you go. Putting a lot, so the point is that when I sit the LED is gonna spread it. I'm gonna put some Loctite. The actual studs right here. Oops. Well, this will fail. I'm trying to do this again real quick because I'm afraid the silicone is going to set. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't know why they disperse like that, but it is what it is. Let's do the same thing for the small one. Now this one goes way easier. And that right there. Take the silicone again. And I fill this in. It's nice and in. As you can see in the middle, you can see that it has holes. Now, what I did on the other side was that I filled it. Just gonna wait a little bit so it could dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna clean up the halos before I assemble the real part right here. But that will be for tomorrow for me, but for you guys it's gonna be in the blink of an eye. This is the fixed and polished headlight. This is what we're gonna have to put here and reassemble everything. So this is the box we're gonna put in. This is a double-sided tape for the box and the sealant. This is what I'm gonna use to clamp things down and bring everything nice and tidy. So what I did for the other one was that this box right here is for the original halos. And what I did was I cut them because I don't need them anymore. Like that. Or you can depin it if you have the depinning clips, but I don't, so I'm not gonna waste my time. And I don't know if I'm gonna put this in the video, but on the left side, these are actual connectors right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it off through here. I'm gonna put that aside, including with this, because I'm gonna reassemble that, maybe use it for something else, another project, who knows. So green and red are power. So this is ground, this is power, this is the turn signal. Green and yellow. Now for the actual car, it's purple and yellow. So this is the turn signal we are going to tap into to connect the LEDs, halos. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our wires, we're gonna run it through the factory holes right there anyway. They're not the same size, so if you want, you could seal them with this sealer. You could have an airtight seal, or you could just leave it like that. We have our wires. Now for the other one, I put this thing right here in the corner. Like so, like that. So we're gonna take some Gorilla Glue, actually, some Gorilla double-sided tape, and we're going to put this on the back side here. So we're gonna put this thing right here. You want to just make sure that it doesn't have any dust, so just pack a rag over the surface. Maybe dedust it a little bit. To make sure there's no dust is in there. Just plug it in the wall there, just like so. So, and this Gorilla Glue is supposed to hold up to what? 45 pounds or 15 pounds? Yeah, for 15 pounds. So that should be good enough to hold it there. So these are the two connectors. And we're not gonna use the whole thing. So what I did was I put it all the way like this, and then I clamped it right here, or on the inside right there. One thing I'm gonna do is make sure that it's not touching the bulb in the back there, because that's a high beam bulb. I have to put it in a way that it doesn't touch the high beam. So we have the connectors right here. We have the zip tie right there. Just clip that. Okay, great success. So what we have left is something like this. You have the wires in the back. You have the extra access right here. You have the connector right here. You have your ground, and you have your wiring for the headlight. time to start to reassemble it. So we're gonna put this aside for now because we have other things to attend of. And it has to do with this thing right here and this thing right here. So you can see the plastic is protected. So just put it back like so. Drop it in. Looking nice. Okay. What to do next is assemble the LEDs right here. The way that we do that, so, see these notches here and a notch here, it has to go from the top down to get in. Make sure you do both. Make it slide down. Now this one, I'll leave it like that because this one is the one that has the ground, and that's for the second half right there. And what I did for the other light was I put more silicone right there and I completely sealed it off. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. Okay, so now that we have this assembled and ready to go, and this assembled ready to go, now you're gonna try to see if we test fit. I'm gonna round this wire to the headlight, connect all the connectors right here and right here, and then see how we're looking. From now on, we're just gonna see if everything fits nicely and just make sure that the wires are not on top of the housings, stuff like that. Like push it down. Actually, this one goes all the way down, all the way inside there. So this is just a test fit. See if everything goes well. And it does. Before I seal it, I'm gonna connect the power to this right here. Make sure that the LEDs turn on. See? Now this thing recycles power, so it's gonna blink, but they are working good. They're looking great. So it's a great success. You see it now, look. We still have way more scratches here that we need to address. Okay, so to seal the headlight, you could either do it in a couple of ways. You could either put the whole housing back in the oven, and then you take it out again, and then you just push it down and put the clips and then put the screws. Or you could use a heat gun and do it that way. Or you can add more albuterol in the corners right here, which I'm not gonna do, and I'm gonna tell you why. When you buy, especially the aftermarket ones, they a lot of times leak and they have a lot of oxidation. And you're gonna end up buying one of these anyways and resealing the whole headlight. So instead of me putting albuterol and then waiting to see if you see properly sealed, I'm just gonna use whatever is still there from the factory, and then I'm gonna seal it airtight. In my mind, it makes no sense to add albuterol and then wait to see if it's good or not. So that's my way of doing it. If you have a better way, another method, then go right ahead and try that. Okay, so to prep it, I'm just gonna use the heat gun and wet the corners. Okay, so that should wake it up. And I don't see no wires, so everything's tucked in nicely. So I'm gonna grab. Now the whole point I'm doing is to align it, especially the bottom ones. That clip just went in. This clip just went in. A little bit loose there, that's okay. So technically this headlight is sealed, but like I said before, I'm gonna use this to go all the way around the headlight to make sure that it's properly sealed. Okay, so this headlight is completely sealed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it sit for a good half an hour so it could dry. And then we're gonna come back and do the connect it with the power supply here. So the headlight is already sealed. This is already completely dry. There's one thing left to do. We're gonna use some quick disconnects, and this is for the tapping for the signal wire. Okay, so let's continue. I went and got a blue one actually, because this one is a little bit bigger than the red. The red is like the range of like 16 and 22 or something. And then the blue is like, it's like 12 to 16, so it's a little bit bigger. So that's what I wanted. So now that we have the power and the ground connected, we're gonna go ahead and connect the turn signal, because these LEDs turn yellow when they are powered by the turn signal. So the power on this specific Halo is green and red, and the black is ground. So the green and yellow is the turn signal. Nice tug, and then from there you put the male and the female, like so, all the way in. So that is the proper wiring for it. Now we're gonna clean it up a little bit. So this is the final look of the harness connected to the Halos, and it looks something like this. And this is for the turn signal, and the left side is for yellow. So I've tapped it in to the green and yellow wire. And this is, again, this is specific to this headlight. I don't know about the other headlights. Everything should work perfectly. The headlight is completely sealed. I just have to give it like a little real wipe, but this headlight is completely done. So this is the end result. This is my modification to my original Halos. I wish I would have gotten like brand new Halo lights, and then I would have taken out the inner housing and I would have switched it with mine, so it could look like a brand new headlight. Because as you can see, and no matter how much I scrape it, you can still see some really deep scratches, and that's from years and years of rock chips. So that's really hard to get out. But I think they look great. I still need to polish them and seal them and ceramic coat them. But yeah, this is basically done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now let's go to the car and install these on the actual G35. This is the final look and final stage of the wiring. I repaired all the connectors. I put a quick disconnect on both Halos just to have the option, so if we want to put at the top or the bottom one. And then lastly, I cut the constant power to the turn signal right here, because I just think it's just too much going on in this headlight. Like the amber is on, those LEDs are on, and the strip is on, and then the halos are on, and then the headlight is on. Then we have the high beam, like everything is on. Like it's just too much going on. So I just want this to blink when it is time to turn, and that of course is for safety reasons. Okay, what I can do is I can turn it on like that. I could choose the color that I want. I could choose the brightness. I could choose the modes like this. There's a few modes and colors and combinations I could do. That's probably like one of my favorite ones. There's different colors. Look at that. That looks really nice. I like it. There's other modes as well, like that. It's pretty cool. I like it. You can change the speed of it. You change the brightness still. You can do something subtle, something dramatic, or automatic. Look at that. Pretty cool. It has a lot of stuff here that you can play around with. really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, guys, God bless. Stay pretty.